What is going on, everybody? How are you guys doing? I feel I might it might be a little. This video is gonna be a little bit like my energy. Is calm, relaxed. Because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and just decided to do a video. So if I'm not as enthusiastic, well, enthusiastic spiritually, but I'm just calm and relaxed. If you're picking up a calm, relaxed, body language, and you're feeling the vibe, that is the reason why. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm just kind of just taking it slow, taking it chill. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is going to be. We did an astrology. Okay, so I just had to make sure I knew which reading I'm going to be doing. So this is going to be a Dragon Wisdom. This is actually gonna be my very first time, which is like crazy because this around this time, this many spirits really get to kicking like around early in the mornings and things like that. So this is gonna be a Dragon Wisdom, as you guys can see with my displays. I'm very into the dragons, and I'm always going to stores and seeing these type of things. Like not even on accordance of I wanted to, but I just like okay. For an example, I got this from like a I want to say a spirit shop more. It's like a spirit shop, yeah, but it was more of a like a herb store, right? I got this from like a herb store. This as well came from the same store, but in different timings. Then I went to like a bookshop, and like this guy he runs his bookshop, but he also has like spiritual things within the bookstore, and I got the dragon thing from him. Also crystals and other things, but it's crazy because I'm like the dragons are always coming into my life. So it's crazy. I went to a different bookshop, and I found some dragon cards. So it's like oracle cards. So they do display words of wisdom and things like that. So we're gonna be speaking on things, and with my little elaboration, we can go through if talking about the topic, right? Okay, but before we begin, let's just get the energy right. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Make sure you guys got your water, you're hydrated, and you're ready to start the general reading. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and pull from our. If you guys haven't seen my readings, I always like to pull a general reading for you guys. Pull a card, see what's your word of the day, or what's the word that you can keep in your mind. So we're gonna see what is it, right? Spirit, what is a good message for us today? Alright. We have surrender. Spirit could be telling you guys surrender to the gifts and the circumstances that you might be having. Understanding like surrender, okay, it's very important. This here's my thing, right? A lot of times we often try to control our outcome of things like that. But if you surrender to the situation, and instead of you trying to control, for an example, I'm gonna give you guys an example. Let's say money is tight, right? Try so hard to control the outcome of our money being tight that we get so lost in the money aspect that we don't focus on just being happy and just being grateful for what we already have. You know what I mean? Surrendering is just that. It's just knowing things that just out of your control, and you surrendering yourself from putting too much energy into the things that you they're just out of your control, and then it's just at a point where it doesn't even matter. You're putting all this energy into something that doesn't even matter at the end. It's not life or death situation. Like money type is not gonna it's not matter life or death. It just really is not. I know that sometimes people get offended when I talk about certain real things, but I'm just being honest. Like it's not life or death. Like it's just not. There's always ways around it. Like you'll have people that say, "Well, we'll starve, you don't eat." But I mean, you can go out. Like if starvation was really a problem, you can go outside and find some trees. There's so much edible situations around us, and I feel like we just often make so many excuses instead of just focusing on things that we typically need. You know what I mean? And you know, surrendering is not about giving up. It's just a matter of surrendering. You giving your faith. You know what I mean? Surrendering that need to wanna overthink the situation, or need to wanna control everything. Sometimes it's best if you allow the divine to choose for you. Sometimes the relationship that you're trying to force ain't the relationship that you need. It might be the relationship that you thought you wanted, but it's not the relationship that you need. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of things we need to look out for, and these are the type of things that's going to better our lives for the 20, 30 years that we might be on this earth. So that's where I want you guys to take into consideration. That is completely completely, how can I say, it's beneficial most cases to just surrender your faith into the higher power. Let the universe take its course and stop trying to control it. If the person is not there for you, the person is not showing interest, then just let them go. No point in trying to make them be interested. If you gotta feel like you gotta change something about yourself to make this person feel good, then that person really ain't there for you. They might, you know what I'm saying? So, but surrender. Spirit wants you to surrender to what they have for you, right? Let's go ahead and speak on dragon wisdom. But yeah, for the most part, that's what my readings are about. Just want to let you guys know that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this dragon wisdom deck. Okay. Surrender, surrender. Okay. You smell the new deck. It's crazy. Spirit, what message do you have for us? So your first one is silence, right? I'm picking up that we're so used to speaking on topics, and I believe that the dragons or the dragon or even the spiritual I call them the spiritual team. I call them the spiritual animals. Are encouraging you to be silent about your next moves. You know that meme, or not meme, but you know that it's like this TikTok that goes around, and it's like this Kodak song, and the meme of it, or like the caption is "Don't let them know your next move." This is what I'm picking up on, that Spirit wants you guys to be silent from the next moves that you're gonna be making. I had this situation today where like one of my peoples, you know what I'm saying, we had our little, we didn't really have a follow because I don't really watch that, but it's like I don't really like I said, me personally, I don't have no situation with nobody. I don't make situations, so it is what it is. Now we had a little situation or whatever, and because you know people try to be disrespectful, you just gotta say your pieces and then to be like whatever, right? So we had a little situation that you had like one of, I guess, a family member or whatever, like was asking about him but couldn't remember his name, so I had to just, yo, you talk about this person, whatever. And you know, there was sometimes people would ask about this person, would say, oh, I haven't seen with this person, low-key trying to get your business, or even if it's unintentionally or intentionally, it's not none of the business. So you just gotta kind of just play it off. Like I was like, yeah, man, he's chilling the whole time. I ain't even been around him. But that's just the thing. You gotta be silent about stuff like that. You just gotta play it off, because these type of people don't really, they're whether life's going good or bad for you, they're not there to help you. Like you can't expect them people to help you and all of that. So you gotta be silent about your moves, and that's with a lot of people. Unless this person's like in your household, I don't expect you to be letting everybody know your next move, because there's just no point. There's no point in even feeling like you gotta tell people. Learn to tell yourself that if you ain't got a wife and kids and all that you could talk to, or a grandma or whatever that's really there for you, that you know for a fact she ain't gonna just sit there and tell everybody your business. You know, those type of people okay, cool. If it's been proven. But if it's proven that these people tell your business and all that, will tell other people's business to you. If somebody's talking to you about somebody else, 9, 10 times they're probably gonna talk to somebody else about your business too. So be silent for your next moves and things like that, right? Okay, let's see what else. You know, it's funny. I gotta speak on this. You know, I was talking to my wife, right, and I was telling her the reason why she's developed who she is not because a lot of times we think that it's because of what we do. It's not. It's because of how consistent you are. It's because of how much you've been through, things like that. It's your character. And that's what I want to share with you guys. It's all about your character. Everything you say and do and all that does play an effect, and people watch that type of stuff. So if you're wondering whether you're growing or not growing, it should look into your character. Make sure you guys' character is strong and sturdy. Make sure through any situation you're always going to stay firm. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's really about. Your legacy depends on your character. That's why you see a lot of people fade out, because they wasn't solid, but they might have achieved financial benefits or financial gain from whatever situations, but if deep down inside they're comfortable under their own skin, then fine. But if you want to be comfortable under your own skin, you just got to do what you feel that is best to your character, right? I'm not saying like certain ways you should live or whatever, or certain codes you should stand by, but just kind of just be genuine. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the best things, because it's like if the higher power was to make you a promise and they didn't keep the promise. That's the same way if of somebody falsifying the lifestyle. Don't falsify the lifestyle and you'll be alright. You know what I mean? I just had to share that with y'all in case y'all needed to hear that. Be consistent with whatever you do, and quality over quantity for the most part. Spirit, other message I got for us regarding the dragon spirits. So the next one we have is courage, right? I'm sure you guys listen. A lot of times, self-esteem can try to kick our ass or try to get the best of us. Not self-esteem. I'm tripping. Not self-esteem. That's the opposite. Insecurities, and we have to use self-esteem. This is what I meant to say. We have to use self-esteem to override that. You can do certain things, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking up that you can go in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? We was at a clothing store today, and we had a talk with like a lady at this clothing store, and she was just like saying you gotta love yourself first, having a lecture with us, and we appreciate them type of things, because it's like, when somebody takes the time of day to speak to you about something that's not related to the topic that was originally discussed, which is like buying clothes, and they talk about some life things, I've always listened to that, because not only is that could have been like just a reminder. You might already knew that, but it could have been a reminder to remind yourself, like, yeah, okay, cool, I just gotta stay grounded. You feel me? So courage comes from within. You know what I'm saying? This is the message that I'm providing for you guys, because this is the message that I learned today. I feel like I'm resonating with this card, and I feel like I can resonate with you guys. Courage comes from within. If somebody like shows that they don't like themselves, and they don't like the position, there's no way they're gonna like you or like your position. So try to get with people that love themselves and things like that when it comes on relationships. Love yourself first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't give, you can't. If you don't have, you can't give. If somebody asks you for $1 and you ain't got $1, then you can't give none. But you know what I'm saying? If you have love for yourself, then you can love somebody else. But if you ain't got love for yourself, you can't love nobody else. And courage comes from within. So whatever you're gonna do to tell yourself that you can do it and get yourself through that day, then by all means do what you gotta do. Hopefully and pray it's something positive. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Courage comes from within. Is your message as well. Picking up on is what resonated with 50 members, right? Okay, let's see. Spirit, what message do you have for us? Okay. What message do you have? Next we have is peace. It's funny because a lot of times, you see a lot of situations where people would rather create chaos and all these things, and growth takes time, right? To grow also takes a lot of thinking, a lot of reflecting, and things like that. When you reflect on yourself, you often need to be at one with yourself. You need to focus on your past life. What was you doing yesterday? What could you have done better? And a lot of these things come with peaceful thinking. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a lot of people that typically want to disrupt your peace. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a lot of people like those people in the world because peace is a strong, powerful thing. I don't think a lot of people recognize how strong to be at one with yourself is. That builds confidence, right? It builds courage. It builds all of these things because when you know yourself, you can begin to adapt better, right? If you know the things you need to work on, your insecurities, whatever you may be insecure about. You might be a male and want to be strong or whatever. So you know, okay, once you sit down, like I had a routine, but then once I had a day where like, I was running like 3 times a day, and I end up getting pain in my calf, so it slowed me down. You know what I'm saying? But instead of me, just watching TV, whatever, I just kind of just came to one with myself, and I just got like a pen and notepad and just plan out a better situation where it's like, okay, how can I run without getting pain? So I just was at one with myself, and I figured out a better system where, okay, let me just run once a day. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to run 3 times a day, even though I feel like, oh, I should. Even though I feel like that, my body is just going, and I'm running a good distance, so it's like my body is like, nah, fam, once a day is cool. But sometimes you gotta fall back to learn this type of things, and that's why peace is very important. Once you have the peace in your mind, and you can grasp it better, right? So peace is you guys' message, right? Just want to let you guys know. I do be putting me in personal situations, right? Because I feel like you guys, in order for you guys to really resonate with me as I do these cards, I definitely feel that you guys would, you would get more of a Micah's experience out of this, as well as just a tarot read or whatever. Or specifically, I believe, right? This is my belief, that when we're on here and we're talking on YouTube, our main mission should just be to motivate and inspire you guys to not only not make the same mistakes we did as personal humans, but also be able to reflect on situations that everything matches up. Everything is a puzzle piece. I don't want to spend too much time talking on a specific topic because I know I don't want to make this video too long, because of editing processes and all of these other things. Also, heads up, if my videos do be lagging, it's because I'm currently into the process of editing and things like that. I have the as you see, the headphones, so I'm trying to really just keep it clean and sweet. I don't want to say short because I don't want to go ahead and be speeding up Spurs time, but but if I go off a topic a little bit, just this is all just for the people that just want to get more of a feel from me, right? Because I just feel like I have to. It's just it's in nature to give you guys like almost like a feel that you're here with me, right? Spirit. I'm so appreciative of like YouTube and being able to do this on YouTube and to be able to just reflect. It's so crazy that I'm came this far with this whole thing. Y'all see tables, like go back in my old videos, I was still getting into this stuff. It's crazy, man. It's like really a blessing. Like, I'm not gonna cap, man. Never thought I'd have been doing this. You know what I'm saying? Never. Like, but I've always been like a motivational speaker, like to my friends, peers, and family members. But I've never thought that I can like do it on YouTube and succeed and be a voice and have people actually watch my videos. It's crazy. Like, even 1 or 2 people is crazy to know there's a human actually watching and listening to me on social media. It's like, whoa, you feel me? I appreciate every last one of people. Like, Spirit, that's the best way to go in life. Other than that shit got for us. Alright, so the next one we have is Earth Chalice. It's got a singing bell on her too. So I'm gonna hit the singing bell real quick. Let's get tuned in with the earth. I saw this young man today, and I'm not gonna disclose the race enough because I don't want to be judgmental or nothing like that. I'm not gonna do that. Now, the thing was, I see a lot of times, Rolf is so stressed out. A lot of people are so stressed out, they don't really know what to do. And this young man went and threw a water bottle outside the vehicle onto the grass. And in my previous video, I just spoke on me and my wife. We was at the beach, we was chilling, we was flexing, we was having a good time, and I started to see like bottles. And as much as I want to say protect the earth and everything, just be mindful of like We so often just be mindful of the mentality people are in right now, the state of mind, because people really are in this state of mind, like where they feel so stressed out that they're uh, unintentionally or intentionally, I don't know, harming the earth. They don't realize that I'm just gonna go off a wing and say that that person was stressed out or something like that, but they went and just threw a plastic bottle right outside. And and you know what's crazy? Let me tell you something about the universe, right? The universe and the earth correlate in a way where you get what you put out. The person that I'm trying to overtake this vehicle and almost got in an accident or almost hit it, or because the vehicle in front that they was trying to overtake was trying to overtake a bicycle, and because they was trying to overtake them into a lane, into the bypass lane, which is the lane. Like if they're overtaking them, they're going into the other person's lane, right? And as the person was trying to overtake the bike, the person was coming over like this. So that means the person that threw the water bottle, when they was overtaken, they had to come further into the rear. And I just looked at it like an experience of like, I don't know what was the reason they threw the water bottle at the vehicle, but the fact that they did it, um, you're harming the earth that way, and the earth responds in a negative way when you give it negative vibes. So that's why you see all these earthquakes and all these things happening, because us humans have drilled holes in the ground and all of these things. And yes, we have the luxury of having oil. So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say that they shouldn't do that, because if without that we wouldn't have all the things that we have today. So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. But what I will say is whatever we can to prevent or to assist the earth as much as possible, I believe we should. And when we start seeing people throw trash willingly, knowing that there's a trash can right 10 minutes down or 5 minutes away, knowing that they can definitely, if you're not going to be out there picking up trash, why would you throw it out there? You know what I'm saying? But that's the mentality of the people. But let me tell I'm saying that to say this. The moral of the story is that person that I'm throwing a thing out, I waited. I saw what was gonna happen. The universe actually fought back, and person that damn near almost got in an accident, or not like almost got in an accident, but the fact that as he was trying to overtake, the other person was overtaking the bike in front of him, so it would have been an accident had somebody sped up, and that's the universe fighting back. So that's what I want to let you guys know. When people's not taking care of the earth in a way that the best way that they can, things will occur. So that's all I want to share with you guys. I felt like that was a story that resonated with this Earth card. Very important. That was something that happened to me this is like 2 o'clock in the morning, so just yesterday, right? As I was coming home. Crazy. Okay. Let's see what else you guys got. Alright, Spirit. What are the messages you have for us? Hope y'all like the light. Yes, it's probably ideal if I do white light, but I don't want to do white light all the time because I want to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just do it. And that's another thing. Whatever you do, switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Make things a little fun. Like you don't want to just be the same thing. Air chalice, right? The air. Air is very important. You know what I'm saying? Oxygen. But I could be I'm picking up. I hear air. I don't know why, but I'm resonating with Airbender. A lot of times, we feel magical. We feel. You ever feel this feeling that you feel magical? You're feeling invincible, things like that. It's probably because, and like they say, the last Airbender, right? You could be the last option of yourself. You could be the last person to rely on. And here's the reality. You are the last person to rely on. I'm picking up on that. When I hear Air Charles, this is what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking that of the last Airbender. And I want you guys to realize that when it comes down to circumstances that you are facing right now, currently, you might be going through a lot. You're the last option you have. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm not saying people can't help you. What I'm saying is when it comes down to certain situations, you want to make sure that the energy you put out. Okay, let me put it like this. If you're old and fragile, right, and you can't do much for yourself, and you have grandchildren and all that. Before the grandchildren was even responsible enough to take care of you, you had to be responsible for them. You see what I'm saying? So it all comes from you at the end of the day. Even if you have grandchildren that are there and helping you and all that, it all comes from you. It all comes from the energy that you put into the world. It all comes from you being respectful for them. Because I promise you, if you act like an ass and you was just like, hey man, fuck you or forget you, I don't like you, da 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 da, they're not gonna be willing to help you. You know what I'm saying? So that energy that you store inside of your body, when you reflect it, or you give it off, that's the energy that you receive back. So that's what I'm picking up on when I think of air. And airbender is the flow of the air. You know what I'm saying? The way that it goes, like that's just what I'm resonating. Like the last airbender type of vibe, and just knowing how emotion works. You give off, like if you're a nice person or whatever, you're gonna attract nice people. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Alright, Spirit, what other message do you have for us? We have fear. Fear is fear can make you do crazy things, right? But it can mold you into being a better. Like you can, okay, for an example, you can have fear of maybe losing a fight. You might train hard to not lose this fight, right? You can have fear of maybe losing your girlfriend or whatever, and train hard not to lose your girlfriend, whatever it is. Fear is sometimes a good thing, right? You can, two things you can do with fear. You can ball up and you can be shy and, you know, not face it. Or instead of you typically facing your fear head on, you can train yourself before you face it. Like for an example, let's say you fear losing your job, right? Instead of, you know, saying yes boss and be willing to do whatever so you do not lose your job, make yourself valuable. You know what I mean? Like I had this situation where I felt that my job was at risk because I was sleeping, trying to do what I loved at home. Like at the time I was into music heavy, and I wanted to do music, and I'd go work and I'd go sleep. So I already felt before I resigned, because I always say, leave the job before you lose your job. I always say that, because when you leave it, it's under your accordance. And I felt that the energy in the job was, I was gonna get let go one day, right? So instead of me waiting for that, or instead of me by fear just, you know, oh no, please don't, or you know what I'm saying, I just built a different situation as like tarot. I built this on the side so that I can switch over. You know what I'm saying? I did things so that I could switch over. And that's what you want. You want to face fear in a training situation. You want to face fear in a training environment. You train to face it. Not necessarily going up to them and being like, yo, I'm da 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 da. No, but you can train for it to face fear. It's all about the training. It's all about, you know, putting yourself in a position to beat the fear. If you got fear of this person and you're scared of getting beat up, then what you do? You go train. You physically get yourself stronger, and then in the process, your fear starts to dissolve. You literally, your fear just goes away. Like it doesn't even bother you anymore, because if you're afraid of losing your job, you're now, you know, on the side. You got the side hustle where you became your own boss. Where now it's like you're pulling in more money than your regular job. And now if your regular job ever decides to show you any type of red flags, you can leave your regular job. You see what I'm saying? So that's all when it comes down to fear. Just put yourself in a position to be able to face it, right? Okay. All right. What is this one? We have loss, right? So somebody could think that like you're losing. You know what I mean? I'm picking up. Somebody could feel like things wasn't going your way at first. Like I've been in a situation where people thought that I've lost in life. I've lost in, I remember somebody would tell me like, because because yeah, kid, you say little crazy things like I was saying, oh, I'm gonna be an NFL and a soccer player, and that's where you find negative people in your life. Negative person will be like, oh, like for an example, the other day, I was on the phone. It was like a group chat, phone call or whatever, and it was somebody mentioned about a like an item whatever costing this much, and I was just like, man, that could have been an electricity bill. Some people take that as like a negative route and say, well, oh, you must have lost in life financially because you shouldn't have no problem spending that money on blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? That's a negative outlook because it's like because you're concerned about finances doesn't make you broke. It doesn't make you nothing. It don't make you just nothing but smart. You know what I'm saying? So people will feel like you lost in life because you're reflecting on you know like you're just thinking smart. So they feel like you lost. Or you're moving a certain way, or people don't see you. For an example, people don't know nothing about you. They feel like you lost. They feel like you fell off, and all the whole time you're winning. So that's what I'm picking up for you guys. Is that's why the first cards that came out, what's the first card? Silence. Vivid silence, because people's gonna think that you lost regardless. Let them think that you lost too. Like let them like actually believe that you lost it. You know what I'm saying? Because whether you win or lose, it ain't gonna matter. It ain't whether they think you win or lost ain't gonna change your situation, right? If somebody, it's like if you saying Bolt lost the race, won a race, and people think he lost it. People tell him in his face all day he lost it. Ain't gonna change the situation. Ain't gonna change the fact that he actually won the medal. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm letting you guys know. People could have thought that you lost things, and you ain't lose. You just you know what I'm saying. You're doing your thing. That's why they say move in silence. Cause if you could prevent unnecessary people from knowing your business, that's why I be telling people unless that's your job to post on social media, don't even really get into that status and showing people what you have. It was somebody that just lost their life because they tried to throw a house party. Not try to do, they actually did a house party, and you had some envy, jealousy people in there, and people would do stuff like that. Like if they didn't help you grind and work hard and wake up early mornings to late nights working on that craft to gain this rewards or those benefits from what I work that you put in, and let's say they're not really living their dream, they're not taking risks, they're not doing nothing that you did to obtain that them riches, and they would just kill you. Like they're like, I could just put a bullet in your head right now. I could just stab you up right now, and you would never get to live this lifestyle that I so dream to live. They know that if you was to give them that house, they wouldn't be able to maintain that house because they don't have the charisma or the built up knowledge to be able to maintain it. So it's just at that point of mindset, when people think that way, it's just like I might as well just kill you because obviously I can't go get it. If you give it to me, I'm not gonna be able to maintain it. So and I don't like to see you winning, so I'm just gonna kill you for it. You know what I'm saying? People like that. People really do like that. So just be careful who you tell your business to. If it ain't directly, I say just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? All right. And when I say direct, I'm talking about people that are directly in your life that actually helped you, that actually was there. Spirit. It's our last message. We got one more message, guys. We're actually doing a deck of 8. What else? What's our last message, Spirit? Initiation. If people don't take the initiation to help you, don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, I have to end with this energy, but this is very important, and I want you guys to see this, right? Initiation is a huge thing, because initiation just means that just like if it goes both ways. Just like if you would do things without somebody having to tell you, you will want somebody to do things for you without you having to tell them. It goes both ways, and that's very important to recognize that. Have the initiation. This goes for you as well, not just for the people that you expect to do for you, but you as well. I want you to have the initiation to get up, the initiation to do what you got to do, initiation to continue on with your journey. If you watch this reading all the way through, and you've picked up some messages, just that's all I want you guys to take from it. Learn, get some learning experiences in, and make sure you guys are using these. Don't just listen to what I have to say and then just go about your business and then just not apply it. I want you to apply all these messages to your life. Have the look for that initiation from people. If people's not reacting on their end chords, like, and you gotta like physically ask them whatever, then why you, like I said, keep your business silence from the get-go anyway. You know what I mean? But if you do, look for that initiation. Look for people that are they really there for you, whatever. But anyway, this really could go for anything. But I want you guys to take that away as well. You know what I'm saying? Mostly have the initiation. Mostly keep your business silence. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature, right? We're gonna go ahead and end this reading here. Let me see, y'all. So I'm gonna thank you guys for tuning in, right? Had to give you guys some music. I was kind of in the middle there. I was like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys on the next video.